everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Ellen, and today I'm going to be sharing my December and January sewing makes. I made 5 items of clothing in the past 2 months. 2 of them are pants and 3 of them are shirts. To start off, I'm wearing 2 of them. I'm wearing the Steamwork Orlando top and then my Nielsen Dawn jeans. So I will talk more about those later on in the video. If you are new here and are not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I really enjoy making these videos and sharing all of my sewing happenings. So be sure to stick around for future videos. Alright, jumping right in, I'm going to start with the Persephone pants. This was a bit of a learning experience. My measurements are a 32 waist and a 42 hip, and that puts me in a size 14, I believe, in the Persephone pants. So I made a toile and didn't fit right. They were, too tight around the inner thigh and my, like between my hip and my waist. So I ended up sizing up to a 16, made a toile, and still didn't quite fit me right, and I ended up carving out the back rise to make it more of a sharper curve, and then I extended the back and front rise. I also carved out the front rise and did like a round pubis adjustment because I was getting some camel toe, which nobody wants. So I sewed that up in a corduroy. This is the fabric. It's coming up way redder. I'll insert a clip of how it looks in normal light. So I set it up in this corduroy and I tried it on and it still didn't quite fit right. It seemed like the rise was too long, probably because it was a size too big from what my measurements are. So I ended up taking in the inseam about 1/2 inch, and now they fit well enough to wear out. Still do not fit me great, but they fit well enough to wear, and that's what matters. So my plan of attack next time I make these is I'm going to go back to the 14 and just extend the front and back rise. I don't know, maybe a 1/2 inch on each side. I'm definitely going to do another toile because I really love the Persephone pants pattern and I would love to get them fitting correctly so I can enjoy them fully. But this was a good learning experience, and I now know what not to do. So yeah, I will keep you posted on my next pair. Alright, the next pair of pants I made are the Nielsen Dawn jeans. Had kind of a similar fitting experience with these, and I made it way more complicated than it needed to be. But I did learn a lot again, and I have a plan of attack for my next pair. So the Dawn jeans my measurements put me in a size 14 again. Perfectly 32 hip, 42 waist. So I toiled that, and they didn't even fit over my thighs, which was discouraging. So I went in completely 180 direction, and I toiled a size like 18 or something, which was too big for my measurements, obviously. So I ended up sewing a size 16 through the waist and hips, and grading out to an 18, I believe, in the crotch point, and then for the rest of the leg. So they were a little bit big when I tried them on after I sewed everything. I did all the top stitching through the fly, and then I basted everything else just to make sure I got the fit right before I top stitched. And I ended up taking in a little tapers on the waist to get back down to like a 14. And then I took in the inseam again by about a 1/2 inch. I'm trying to remember. I didn't do anything to the rise. The rise was fine. I mean, the crotch curves were fine, and the rise was too. And overall, they fit pretty well. I'm able to wear them out without any problems. They fit a little bit better than my Persephone pants, but there are some flaws. So I have some gaping in my waistband, which is likely due to the waistband not being properly sized, since I just kind of sewed the side seams in a little bit more. And I have some bagginess around the crotch. I showed that in my last video, my Dawn jeans so long, but I'll show it again just so you can get an idea. So it's obvious that I need to go back down to the 14, and in my next pair, which I'm planning on making in the next couple months, I got some denim from Joann just to, you know, perfect the fit before I buy expensive fabric again. So I'm going to go back down to the 14 and just extend the crotch curve by half an inch, I think. So on the back of the pattern, it has finished garment measurements for waist, hip, rise, and upper thigh, which is nice. So my upper thigh measurement is about, I think about a 27. I couldn't get really a great measurement on it, but the finished garment measurements for the upper thigh on the size 14 is a 26 3/8. So that explains why I wasn't able to get it over my hip, because it wasn't big enough. So the size 16 upper thigh finished measurement is 27.5. So I'm going to toile this, obviously, again, and extend the crotch point to the size 16. Then I'll grade back down to the 14 for the rest of the leg, because I ended up taking that in probably about an inch below the notch on the inseam of the pattern piece. So, but like I said, I learned a lot, and I will not make the same mistake again. And hopefully this time the waistband will fit better. And I thought of a way to remedy the gaping waistband in this pair, and what I'm going to do, I'll show you, is here's my button. It's right at the end of this waistband piece, and I'm just going to add another button about an inch over so that it'll cinch in a little bit more. I think that'll help a lot, so I can make these even more wearable. Alright, moving on to the tops. I'll first talk about what I'm wearing, the Steamwork Orlando. This is a great knit t-shirt. Well, it's just like a scoop neck t-shirt. And it's easy to sew. I have a serger, but you can also do it on your sewing machine with either like a lightning bolt stitch or a zigzag stitch. And it's very easy to pull together. And one thing I did differently, I've made 2 Orlandos in the past in a size 10, which is where my measurements put me on the Steamwork size chart for the Orlando. My bust is a 38, and this time I sized up to a 12, and it fits me a lot better. It was just a little bit too tight with the size 10s. I can still wear them, but this 12 gives me a little bit more room, which I prefer. So I also did some top stitching with my twin needle on the neckband. Turned out really nicely, and I used a twin needle for my hem on the sleeves and on the bottom hem of the shirt. But I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I didn't think that I would like this color. It's a double brushed poly from Joann's, but I actually do really like it. I didn't think it would suit my skin tone very well, but it works. So, and I want to make a bunch more of these Orlandos. I just think it's so nice, and it's a great way to elevate your staples. I also have a white grain line lark tee, which is more of your traditional kind of loose fitting knit t-shirt, which I also like, and I want to make a couple more of those in different fabrics. So yeah, moving on. The next top that I made is the McCall's 8180. Alright, here that is. It turned out really, really nicely. The only thing that I kind of messed up was the frill on this side of the collar isn't as gathered, but that's an easy thing to fix in my next version. I didn't feel like it was worth taking out all this stitching to fix that, so it's fine. And I just have these kind of cream color buttons I got from Joann. This is a quilt cotton from Joann. It's a wearable toile. I don't remember if I said that or not. And I did make a few adjustments. I lengthened the sleeves and the bodice by, I think, 2.5 inches. And I also did an upper round back adjustment. That was 1 inch. I did 2 inches down from the neckline, and I did like an inch wedge. I'll link a great tutorial about how to do that by So Essential in the description if you want to check it out. If you find that your shirts rise up and kind of like choke you a little bit, the upper round back adjustment would be very helpful for you, as I found it very helpful. I love this pattern though. It's so cute. I'm gonna go take some pictures with it at some point, either today or tomorrow, and I'll make sure to include some photos of that. But I cannot wait to make this again. I would love to make it in a viscose. I think it'd be really pretty in a Liberty print, so we'll have to see what the budget looks like, because those Liberty prints are expensive, but they're so beautiful. Alright, the last make that I have for you is the Closet Core Cielo top. I made it in this beautiful Rifle Paper Company floral pattern. I love anything Rifle Paper Company. And I made the long sleeve, or really 3/4 sleeve length view. I'll throw up the view number or letter. I think it's B, but I could be wrong. And I made a size 12, I believe. I'll double check. And I haven't taken any photos yet of it at this point, but I will in the future, and I'll include them in the video. I might try making a size 10 in my next version, as it fits pretty oversized, which is fine. I do enjoy that, but possibly I'm thinking a size 10 might fit a little bit better. I did do an upper round back adjustment again, and it worked out well. But yeah, I'm excited to wear this more when spring arrives in about a month for me. I also included my Mindfully Made label. Well, it's not my label. It's from Intensely Distracted. I will make sure to link those down below. They're great. Shows a shop full of different labels. Alright, that wraps it up for today's video. I cannot wait to wear my makes. Mostly my blouses and my Dawn jeans, but my Persephone pants too. But I'm excited to make version 2 of those pants so I can get a little bit of a better fit on the next round. So I hope you enjoyed that video and seeing what I've been up to sewing wise, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.